Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, man, they throwing sauce. They throwing sauce on the wings. You know what I'm saying? They putting salt in the wound. You know what I mean? They adding the beef to the enchilada. You know what I mean? They doing everything they could do to Carson Wentz right now, man. Jeff McClain, man, you know, he come out with the interview. The interview's super spicy. Super spicy. I mean, reading about the Philadelphia Eagles right now, you might as well be watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Real Housewives of Lincoln Financial. It's a story, a juicy story come out at the right time about this team all the time. And I don't think it's a coincidence, man. I think some of these beat writers are a little too emotionally invested into the hot topic rather than what's good for the team. I think every beat writer is like that. Every one of these guys. And I don't know if Jeff McClain is a beat writer. I don't know. You know, no disrespect. I don't want nobody coming after me. You know what I mean? But if you do, you do. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. Like, I don't know what he is, a beat writer. I don't know. But the article coming out about Carson Wentz is just, it don't make sense. The timing don't make sense. Let's talk about a little of the things that they were discussing in this article. So they said, one thing that stuck out to me was they said that every time Carson Wentz kill a play, it was a play that he killed that Doug Peterson called, thus for switching the play, and that's frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. I mean, you know, you're not a play caller, but, you know, you do get paid that amount of money to, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? You get paid a decent amount of money to go in there and do that. So, I mean, would I like my quarterback to audible at the line of scrimmage? Yes, but I got to see the success rate of him doing so before he got that much of a leash. If he's doing it and nobody's advising him to do it, that's different. They talked about him not handling criticism well, how Press Taylor could pull something up in the quarterback room and Carson Wentz wouldn't even acknowledge it. He would say, well, this happened because of protection. You know, they would pull up one popular thing that came up in the quarterback room per the article was, you know, Carson Wentz getting the ball out too late. And him getting the ball out too late and making the offensive line look bad. I agree with that because that's something you could see. You could see that if you're watching the Eagles game. You can see that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on. Let's be real, man. A lot of them sacks could have been avoided by him throwing the ball away. So, you know, when I say that we were first in sacks, I don't think that's damn sure not an indictment to the offensive line because I seen Carson Wentz hold that ball for no reason multiple times, and that's bad, and that helped put us behind on the chains. Decisions like that, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. So I could see somebody, you know, complaining about that. Like, why didn't you throw it right here? He would always have an excuse for everything, for not doing a smart football play. Basically, what they were saying in the article, man. They were saying that he's entitled. He don't believe that he should accept accountability for any loss. They say that you'll never hear him say a loss is his fault. You know what I'm saying? And they saying that the relationship with him and Doug was fractured when he got benched for Jalen Hurts. You know, it sounds believable. A lot of it sounds believable. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. A lot of it sounds believable, and it got me concerned. It got me kind of thinking. And those thoughts turned into a video to talk about the subject. But where I gotta kind of call BS at is that I'm hearing reports. Now, this is after the article dropped today. You see how things is about timing with a lot of these dudes in the media. Now you're hearing reports that every coach the Philadelphia Eagles plan on interviewing for the head coach vacancy. You're hearing reports of them saying, well, Howie and them saying, giving the coach a heads up. Listen, we plan on keeping Carson Wentz. You hear that. You hear that in the same day. How confused would the average fan be? See, I'm not confused because I know a lot of this stuff is smoke and mirrors, man. I know. Listen. You got to have the stance that I have if you feel like you're confused. The stance is this: you just simply cannot believe anything that management says. Anybody in the front office right now don't believe it. Don't believe nothing that they say. Don't believe them for sure because they always gonna take the politically, you know, correct stance. But at the end of the day, man, if this article holds some truth, I'm confused as to why you giving everybody a heads up that you want him back. If he's not coachable and all of these things, what you want him back for then? This is why I got to call a little BS, man, because, you know, that just don't even make sense to me. And for a lot of people in the comments of the last video, I didn't want to respond to that many comments on the same subject, so I'll just put it in this video. A lot of people are highlighting that Eric Bieniemy hasn't interviewed for nobody. That's why he's off the board. This, that, and the third. This is the thing, man. I'm not saying he interviewed. I'm saying that, teams are allowed to actually give a heads up. You know what I mean? That's the correct statement. Teams can basically, teams can, how should I say this? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Sorry, guys. Teams can, ask organizations for permission to interview their candidates, to interview their coaches at the end of the season. So a lot of teams got permission to interview Eric Bieniemy, and no, I don't think he's interviewed yet. I don't think you can. He's in the playoffs. So which brings me to my next point. The Rams have given the Philadelphia Eagles permission to interview their defensive coordinator for the head coaching position. Now, the Rams defensive coordinator, I'm not going to lie, man, that defense is good. I like the Rams defense, man. He let Ramsey do him. Donald is a stud. I like it, man. And they bring some really, really creative blitzes. And that linebacking core over there is underrated, if you ask me. The linebacking core is underrated, if you ask me, man. So, hey, I want to hear what he got to say. You know what I'm saying? We can't all get excited and put all our eggs in the basket of the Deuce Staley, hype. But I like Deuce as well. But some of these dudes, now this makes sense. This makes more sense to me than I should say Joe Brady. This makes sense. This defense is good. Defense is in the playoffs. A lot of people don't like how I feel about the Joe Brady situation because his offense is good, top 10 in multiple categories. But I say to you this. Where was Joe Brady on third down conversions? Because that's what I'm interested in. He was 24th in the NFL. He didn't complete third downs at a high clip. Now, it's easy at a 1st and 10 to do something that these guys don't expect. But on third down, 3rd and 5, when they know you're going to pass 9 times out of 10. You see what I'm saying? 3rd and 1, where they know you're going to run most times out of 10. When a situation where the defense got you dead to rights, how accurate are you then? Because the accurate guys do stuff like what Frank Wright did, call the Philly special. Let me know what you think in the comments.